We are so excited to say that this podcast is sponsored by Watermans.
Wait, the solicitors?
Yeah, but they're not like regular solicitors, obviously.
So not super serious and complicated?
Yeah, I would say they're a bit more straightforward kind of vibe, our vibe.
I can get on board with that.
For straightforward legal advice, remember Watermans.
Happy Tuesday, Podpigs. Welcome back to A Lot on Your Plate podcast with me, Zoe.
Oh, and me, Jessica.
It's fine if I do it because I've got the kind of rhythm.
Okay.
But when I just need to say the name individually, it's just not right.
With me, Zozo. And me, Jessica.
Zoe. That's how the Spanish say it.
Zoe.
Zoe.
Hope you all enjoyed last week's episode, guys. I'm glad that we are back. Thanks for all the love and support. And thanks for all the comments and engagement on our Instagram posts and all the love for our new studio. So yeah, big love. And big love to our Up Next studio guys as well. Let's have a round of applause. Yay. They put up a lot of shit for us. If you want to have a podcast here at Up Next Studios, then please get in touch with them because they are fantastic and we love them very much. That's your plug, and that's all you're getting.
That's you for the season.
We've got Graham in today. We haven't got Marie. He's off on holiday, but...
Rude.
How rude.
Rude. Anyway, on today's ep, we're going to do me and Jessie's A Lot on Your Plates.
Yes.
Then we've got some really exciting news to share.
We have a huge announcement, something that we failed to mention to you on last week's episode. Everything that we said we did in the break, there's one thing we missed. One huge...
large, huge, humongous thing we forgot to mention.
I do wonder if any of you know. I'm sure you do.
I think a couple might.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think last week there was... If you're switched on, you would have maybe picked up on it.
I think if you've been switched on for quite some time, actually, in season 4, at the end, you'll probably have maybe put 2 and 2 together and been thinking,
what's going on here?
What's going on here? But can I just say, very unaware at the time. Maybe you were. Simply wasn't. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be... Stay tuned for the next... 30 minutes and we'll tell you near the end of the episode. We'll keep you hanging.
And then we're going to do a couple of listener dilemmas.
Yes. I'm excited for these because we actually had
quite
a lot in and there were so many good ones, but we've just picked 2 quite conflicting dilemmas.
Yep.
And we will unpack that at the end of this episode. And also, did you hear that we have a sponsor for the podcast? How good is that, Zoe?
I know, and I just think that's quite professional, you're moving up in the podcast world, do you know what I mean?
I should bloody hope so. 2 years of hard grafts, Oz.
I know, and I just hope that people appreciate that that's part of the journey.
Listen, this is what happens with the podcast. We've got to earn some cash, but also it was a really good sponsor that we wanted on board. So we're really happy to have them sponsor season 5. But also, if you do want to sponsor us, we have an amazing engaged audience, and we love our pod piggies so much. So please get in touch with us.
We have the most engaged audience ever.
We love you. But no, seriously, if you do want to sponsor, we will, of course, try your product or whatever it is. If we like it, you're in. If not, you're out.
You're hired.
Anywho,
what's been a lot on your plate? What have you been up to in the last week?
Okay, so this last week, I would say what's been emotionally on my plate, an awful lot. But I actually started my chiropractor journey. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on the podcast, but I'm sure I would have done at some point. But I've always had neck issues, back issues. I'm one of those people that constantly cracks my neck. I have in the past seen a physio quite a lot. I've had acupuncture, cupping. I've been to also see a chiropractor when I first ever moved to Scotland. I've done all the at-home exercises, but something just never seems to fix. And I do believe that it is just my posture and tech neck, as they like to call it. So there's a chiropractor open on Uddingston Main Street called... Maple something. There's a few of them around South Lanarkshire. And I thought, I'll just nip in and see. And yeah, I gave them a call. Do you know what? I know that people do say chiropractors aren't necessarily the best for certain things, but the physio did help me, but I feel like I need a good realignment. I felt like that's what I needed because I was basically, to cut a long story short, the reason I went in was because I'm getting an extreme point of pressure at the back of my lower head, and it was giving me really, really bad headaches all day.
Yeah, you actually have been getting headaches a lot recently.
Yeah, and I can feel the pressure point at the back of my head, and I know it's been there for a while, but even every morning I wake up, my ears are throbbing. My sinuses are also always blocked up. I maybe should get that looked into, but I just think there's not enough blood flowing freely up in that area.
Quite heavy-headed.
Yeah. Anyway, so I went there and it was great. They did a whole, assessment of my back and had a scan as well. Like I don't know what it was called, but it was some sort of scan. Mm-hmm. And I sent you the picture. I'm like all red on one side of my back, all the left side, and it was just basically issues from my spine in the middle that's causing it to come up to my neck and the back of my head. So I think it's like trapped nerves, and I need to sort of floss the nerves and have a lot of work done over the next few weeks. I already do feel a bit better, but this morning I woke up again with a really stinking headache.
So what do you do about that?
So you have to just go to him, and then they give you lots of exercises. They see how you move, and then the last 10 minutes they go and take you on the bed and they do the whole
Oh, Jesus, wept, right?
I know, it's quite scary actually. Just to think they're moving your neck like that, and then 1 minute it's just like boof, and you feel your whole body just pop.
Oh, I don't think I would like that.
It is weird, but afterwards I do feel great. Anyway, I can't remember the whole thing that was wrong with me, the results, but he sent me an email on it, and it basically just looks horrendous. So anyway, we're going to get there. So that's what's been a lot on my plate this week, just stinking headaches. And then I went home to Leicester for a friend's wedding. It was like a high school reunion. It was actually really lovely. And then I stayed at home for a few days, more than I probably should have, because I was enjoying the home comforts too much, which is unheard of for me.
I know you did say that to me, and I was a bit panicked.
No, don't worry.
I thought, she's fucking moving back to Leicester.
Never.
I knew this day would come.
By the way, I'll take that back. Never say never.
No.
We'll never say... Never. No.
Why are we going from never to now never say never?
I won't move back to Leicester, but never say never is what we need to get on board with.
We're just covering tracks.
Exactly, covering tracks here.
Right.
Anyway, it was lovely. Really nice to see so many friends. I think I'm now at that sort of era in my life where you're seeing all your friends from school, and then, you meet everybody, maybe some certain people that we're not so looking forward to seeing.
We're involved in the past, shall we say.
But it was honestly fine. It was great, actually. And the wedding venue was beautiful. The bride was gorgeous. The groom, who is my friend, but the bride is now my friend too, but wonderful. One of my really good friends, Charlie, came from Australia and did an amazing best man speech. He loves this podcast, by the way, and he loves you so much.
I'm not surprised.
He does. You met him before, no?
When we went for a roast that day?
Yes.
I get confused with all your guy friends.
Yeah, there's a few.
I think quite a few of them look quite similar as
well. They do.
Charlie looks quite similar to the guy who came to your mum's barbecue, I
Bobbins.
think. Yeah.
Tom. Yeah.
So I think I put them into one person.
Yeah.
So I forget who I've met.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was lovely.
He's lovely. He's very extremely dry and very like you. So
Makes
he just
sense.
gets your humour very well. Love him. So yeah, that was me. And then last night I was planning our trip to Nashville and LA. Well, I'm going to LA first, and then I go internally to Nashville to meet Zoe and all the girls. And I was just planning on that, and asked some people on my Just Food Instagram, and I got so many responses. And it's crazy how many people are going to be there when we are.
I think that's wild, because I don't know, I've never noticed people going there. But
Same.
I think it's starting to become a thing, because country music's a bit more of a thing now.
Without a doubt.
So now people are going to go there more.
Yeah.
But I'm quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Relieved, because I kind of forgot you would plan everything.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, yay, forgot about that.
I don't have to do fuck all.
Yeah. And you have the patience to look into things.
Yeah, I love it. I thrive off that though.
I don't mind it when it's a holiday, because it is exciting and you want to go and you're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But it does take me time, because I'll lose patience one day, so then it's a next day job. So I'm glad you're doing that.
Do you know what I will say is TikTok is absolutely amazing for those sort of stuff.
No, I know it is.
When I was looking at LA, because I've not been there for so long, and LA to me is very similar to New York and London, where I get asked all the time where's good to go in these big, huge cities. And I'm like, these places are like the hub for new restaurants to be built there, or new businesses to be started up. And every single few months there's always something new happening. With Glasgow, you've got your your places that are like in institutions or like been here for a long time and everyone loves them.
Yeah.
Yes, there's new places that pop up, but they don't always survive. But I feel like in London and New York, there's always something new that's bigger and better. Dubai's the same.
Definitely. And if you've not been there in a while, like, you kind of need to keep going to refresh your
memory
and like go to new places.
Totally. And also my taste has changed since I went to LA. Last time I was there was not with you. I always get that mixed up because you did go, but it was New York we went.
Oh yeah.
But when I went to LA last time, I was probably 24. I was going to like Nobu, Malibu, Catch, like. And by the way, I'm not turning my nose up at these places, but they are very now flashy, Instagrammable. And actually, my taste has completely changed. I like supporting more smaller businesses, more independents, where actually the food is more seasonal and so fucking good.
I know.
These other places are so good for maybe a group of girls or like if you want to have a bit of a vibey night out.
Yeah, because I was the same. I went to Catch and it is amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Like, it's kind of similar vibes to like STK. Like, it's kind of got a bit of like a party vibe, but you're eating as well.
Totally.
And then I also went to the Beverly Hills Hotel, obviously.
You saw Kylie Jenner there, didn't you?
Saw Kylie Jenner and Jordan Woods, was that her name? Her best pal. Mind they stopped being pals.
Yeah, because she went with sister's man.
Yeah. Just as you do you know what I mean?
Casual.
And then who else did I see? It was Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, was it not?
Wow, I bet she was beautiful.
But she was like behind us in the corner and you just couldn't really like keep looking, do you know what I mean? Because you're just acting as if you're one of them when you go in there.
No. It is funny, isn't it?
But apart from that, I don't remember. We got, what's the takeaway over there?
A takeaway? Oh, In and Out?
Yeah, we got like an In and Out and like typical things like that. But apart from that, I wouldn't know anywhere to recommend.
Well,
what about that matcha place? It's got a weird name. It's like EWE.
Oh, Air1.
Yeah.
Air1. The supermarket.
That's all LA now, isn't it? Everyone goes and gets the matcha.
Well, I was
coffees and
reading,
shit.
I was texting my friend who's lived there now for about 7 years, and I was like, Charlotte, these are the places I want to go, and that was on it.
Yeah.
And she did sort of laugh like, listen, it is beyond bougie, but what the gist I'm getting is if you're from LA, or you're probably a bit hipster, you don't go there. It's just like, influency. But she's like, you have to go because it's such a good place to go. I want to go to Trader Joe's. Oh, I've never been to In and Out because it's only on the West Coast.
Right.
In and Out's only ever on the West Coast. It's not actually in New York or anything like that.
Neither it is. Never thought that.
No, it's not. It is, and I've never been. So she's going to take me to there, and then I just did lots of other digging of other places. Like I really want to have a gorgeous breakfast burrito. I want to have a nice matcha. Some good, I don't know, pizza. A smash burger. I want a really good smash burger. So I've whittled it down to a few places. But anyway, I'll share the list with you guys. And I sent Charlotte the list and she was like, yeah, absolutely, we'll take you here, here, here. And she's taking me to her favourite restaurant ever, which I know will be good because we have very similar taste. And yeah, I'm excited. And then I just need to plan our Nashville trip.
Yeah, you do.
That'll be fun.
I have nothing to give to that. Like, I'll do anything and everything.
Yeah. We don't need to, though. I just think it's all of our first time going to somewhere like that.
I know.
We're all just going to have fun. Music is like the whole vibe there.
The heart and soul of the place.
Exactly. And just like I said when I went to Defected, like I didn't care about Tisno as a place.
Yeah.
But because you're around such good vibes and music and really fun people, it doesn't really matter where you are. You can party in a flipping cardboard box.
My only stress is if good people are there, I don't want to miss them.
We won't.
Do you know what I mean?
We'll hear about it.
I know. I wonder who you could ask that's like an inside person when you get there.
We'll find it.
I know. We will. If we're with you, it'll happen. You are one of those people, like, you wouldn't be in the same street as anyone and not bump into them.
I know. My mum used to say to me when I was young, I would fall into a bucket of shit and come out smelling of roses. And it is true.
I've told you before, if I'm on a plane with you, I know I'll never die.
You'll never die. God.
There's just people like
No
that
pressure.
that you know if you're with, that the plane's not going to crash. Do you know what I mean? Because they're just not going to die in a plane crash.
Oh, well, I suppose it's a good thing, eh? Anyway, Zoe, what have you been up to?
I just had quite a kind of wholesome weekend.
Yeah?
To be honest. Friday, I went for a Nando's. Sometimes I just need a wee Nando's.
Okay.
Can't beat it.
How is it these days?
Good.
Last time I went, I hated it. It scarred me for life.
Although, I actually forgot about this until now. I got a burger, like the chicken burger, and the bun thing that they give you is just unbelievable. I don't know how to describe
It's
it.
like a crispy ciabatta, sort of like
Yeah.
a square shaped
No, it's
bun.
like a kind of diamond shape now. Anyway, really nice. And then I got spicy rice and shared some chips with Jason, right? And I was eating the rice and I saw something in it and I thought, "Ugh, that's just a bit of rice. It's got vegetable through it." I'm not joking. It was like a hard, like, bit of stone. Like, as if like a bit had cracked off a plate or something. Was in my mouth. I was really sick everywhere.
I bet you didn't complain.
No, I did.
Well done.
Because I thought, see if it was just like a wee bit of like a wrapper, I'd be a bit like, a bit minging, but I get it. But I was like, what the fuck is this? It was rock solid and like I crunched a bit and I could like feel like the crunch. I had to spit into a napkin, which I hate doing stuff like that because people are eating around you, obviously. Anyway, the woman was just really apologetic and then she took my details, I think, in case like I then try and sue them or
them.
something. I don't know. I probably should have. Anyway, it was fine. Enjoyed that. Then we went to that.
Give you a refund?
No, she actually didn't, right? And after that, I did think.
I suppose you do pay before you...
I mean, the thing is, I approached it by saying, "Can I get a new rice?" There was something in my rice, and then I had it in my hand, and she took it out of my hand, even though it'd been in my mouth, right? But I'd like wiped it off to try and like see what it was. So my approach was more like, "Can I just get a new rice?" I wasn't like, "This is ridiculous, something's in my rice." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was a bit more calm. So I wasn't really that bothered. I was like, "Oh, things happened, didn't it? I didn't die or anything. I'm still here." Anyway, and then we went to that Level X in St Enoch Centre. Have you been there?
Never heard of it.
By the way, it's actually really good.
What is it?
It's like I don't know what you would call it. Say like an amusement, right? And it's got all the typical machines like dance mats and that, which by the way I had a shot of. You ever done that?
Yeah, I love
You're
dance
younger.
mat. Yeah.
I was absolutely done in. That goes so fast. And I think I did beginner.
Was it the original dance mat? Like the one from the 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I did a Dua Lipa song. They've got updated music.
Oh,
on
I
it,
was going to
obviously.
say.
But see when you need to do 2 feet at once and you're jumping,
Knackered.
I was a goner. Jason was pissing himself because I looked like an old person trying to do the dance match. You know what I mean? Like I had no rhythm whatsoever, and that's not really like me. I'm quite good at stuff like that. Anyway, has all machines like that, like the basketballs they throw in and all that, which I quite enjoy actually as well. And then it's got bowling and mini golf.
Bowling and mini golf.
And
Like
the
temping
same-
bowling, like
yeah.
proper... Yeah.
In the same room, if you like. There's just a big open space. But the bowling was really cool. It was like just cool holes, if you know what I mean. Like cool things going on. And your balls get a chip in it, so you don't need to tally your scores. It does it like on a digital screen for you.
Oh, that's good.
Which I loved because see when you're trying to balance your ball, your club and your bag and your wee pencil and paper and all that stuff that annoys me. Like I'm trying to get in about it and win.
And win, yeah.
I did win
Of course you did.
at mini golf. Anyway, that was really cool. I enjoyed the mini golf a lot. And then we played bowling. Didn't win at bowling, but I wasn't far off.
Do you have the sides up?
No, I'm not a child.
I know people do.
But if someone is you either both need to or you both need to not.
Yeah.
Because then it's not a fair competition.
I feel like if you haven't played bowling since you were a kid and you did it with the sides up, there's no reason as to why you'd have them down now. Because you need to practice. I have them down, but I'm still going in the sides quite a lot.
No, I know. Do you know what always happens to me? My first couple of shots are great and I'm like, wow, I'm good at this. And then say there's 10 shots, for the middle 6 it goes down the sides every time and it winds me up.
You need a good skill to it. I always feel like a heavier ball is better than a lighter one.
It is, because the lighter one you don't get enough power to give you a strike.
Yeah. True.
Because I was going right down the middle quite a lot, but there was always like the odd one or two staying up.
You know, when you were young, your dad used to take you bowling or whoever, and then they used to go up and do the whole like stiff arm, but then that leg, the right leg, would go right out to the side, and it would be like a clear
lunge?
strike.
So
Yeah, like
Jason
a proper
does.
like side lunge, and you'd be like, wow.
He does like a run, jump and lunge.
Next minute, you're trotting along with that,
That big slide thing.
like dee 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 dee.
And you just go, boop, and it still goes on the side. Even though it's lined up to the middle. Do you know what else? And this is such an annoying girl thing to say.
Yeah.
It fucks your nails.
It does. Those little
Because-
tiny holes. My sausage fingers can't fit in the
But it's like,
holes.
see, when you do like a twist with your hand, it like clips the side of
Yeah.
your nail. So I was also quite wary of that, which I think,
Just kind of made you lose.
yeah,
We'll
I think
blame it on
was,
that.
I think that was the reason, to be honest. It didn't bother my nails, so that was good. Anyway, did that on Friday, and then on Saturday it was a really nice day. So I was like, why don't we go through to Largs? We've never been there. And when I checked, it was only like an hour away, so I thought it's not too bad. I don't mind the drive. And then when we were setting off, it was an hour and bloody 25 minutes. So with
Where's Logs?
an hour and 25 minutes away. Fucking ages.
Like near Loch Lomond?
No, I don't think so. Honestly, not sure. All I know is when we were on the map, Largs was up to the side there and Troon was down the way.
Okay.
So it's like
Yeah.
further up the kind of coast, if you like, from that. But anyway, so we set off and then we got to some roundabout somewhere and there was this big sign that said Viking Festival Largs. And it said 31st of August till whenever, right? And I kind of laughed, like, haha, this thing's like starting tomorrow in Largs. Like we would not be into a Viking Festival, obviously. And then I realised that was actually that date.
Right.
So the Viking Festival was starting on the day we were going to Largs.
Yeah.
So I thought, right, well, this will be fun. Anyway, long story short, we ended up in standstill traffic for 40 minutes.
No.
So we didn't make it.
I thought you were about to tell me you were just chilling with some Vikings and you enjoyed a
we
little
didn't,
festival.
we didn't see the Vikings. We didn't get to Largs. We've still not made it to Largs.
Oh,
We turned around and ended up in Troon.
okay. That's nice.
It was fine. We've been to Troon millions of times, but it did the job. And actually, I kind of wanted to go to Troon anyway.
So
From the
it's
get,
better.
so it all worked out. So we just got a wee chippy, sat on the wall at the beach, had our fish and chips. And then there was actually a mini golf course there as well.
Bloody, you two love it.
It's actually Jason that loves it. But once I'm into it, I enjoy it, but I would never be like, let's go bowling.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Anyway, it was outside though, and it was a really sunny day. So it was like there was a park and mini golf, and I thought, it's quite good for the kids. I know we're playing.
Did you have to
adults,
pay?
But yeah, but it was £2
Oh, okay.
per person for the mini golf.
That's good.
Be pen and paper. So I was juggling this time. But that's fine, you're not going to get a digital course at Troon Beach, you know what I mean? I didn't win this time. It was quite actually...
Again.
No, I won mini golf.
Oh, right,
last
see,
night,
yeah,
bowling
yeah.
I didn't win.
Yeah.
But overall, as the weekend, I feel like winning 1 out of 3 games like that is not bad.
Yeah.
Because usually I feel like, not to be sexist, but a guy's usually a bit better at stuff like that. They just
I'd
get
lose at everything.
better strength, better like patience. And after that, I always think, was I even really trying? Do you know what I mean?
You're like, I'm coming for you, buddy, next time.
Yeah. Anyway, and then Sunday, I just went to my nana's for Sunday dinner.
Gorgeous.
And when I was driving over it, I thought, Sunday is my favourite day of the week, I think.
Same.
Quite
without a doubt.
controversial.
No, I think it's a lot of people's. Although the Sunday Scaries fears a lot of people up.
I know, and we don't really have that as much now, 'cause it's kind of like
Especially-
up to us, but...
Especially if it's a healthy Sunday, though. If you're up fresh.
No, I know.
Because that's maybe what gives you the fear from back in the day and also the Monday scaries of going into the office. But I think if you really make the most of your Sundays, Great Western Road pops off in Glasgow
Pops off
on a Sunday. And it's so many people our age as well. Everyone's brunching, people are going on their runs, people are in the park, especially if it's like one of those sort of crispy, chilly days, but with bright sun.
Yeah, that's the
can't beat it.
perfect weather for the Great Western Road.
Yeah, for a Sunday. And then you can get some nice bits and go home and cook a roast or go for a roast or some
Yeah.
sort of whatever you have on a Sunday.
And you've cleaned up, you've sorted shit out, you've maybe went to the shop, got what you needed.
Yeah.
I was actually at the gym on Sunday because I hadn't done my second workout with Richard and he was pestering me, so I thought, fucking better
You know,
go.
have you told the pod you're training with Richard now? I don't think you have.
Unsure, but I'm training with Richard now twice a week. And all I've got
Big
to say
guns.
about it is he is solid. And the only way I can describe it is, typically speaking, obviously everyone's different, I would expect to do like 3 sets of 12,
Yeah.
for example, right, of like the one weighted exercise. But no, it's 4 sets of 20, isn't it? So it's an extra set and it's basically double the amount. So why?
think what he's doing with you is, I don't know the correct terminology here, but he's doing high volume, lower weight exercise with you. But to you, it still seems higher weight because you said to me you realise you never challenge yourself enough, and he actually gives you weights that you are capable of using.
But it is so heavy.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just physically can't lift it anymore. Like, your arms are done. And then at the end, he likes to do a wee thing to get your heart rate up. And I'm like, the heart rate's up, Richard. It's been up since the minute I walked into this fucking building.
Is that because you saw him?
Yeah, I was like, every day I'm like, oh, we're here again. Love it.
Do you know what I love about Rich and any guy in the gym? I love it when he tucks that shirt into his joggers.
You do quite like that.
Why does he look so sexy?
And it's a weird thing to do as well, but it is nice.
He looks so good with it. I'm like, you look hot today.
It's because he's got nothing, there's nothing out of shape.
Yeah, he's
Whereas
just like...
I think a lot of guys have the sort of like love handles. As most people do as you get older. But he's just so in shape.
Yeah, lucky fucker. I mean, the guy works for it. We've got to give him it.
I know. He deserves it. He does.
But yeah, so that's good. But if you want to train with Rich, I'm sorry, he's full. He's full.
I mean, I thought I was going to get rejected, so I just kind of came with the approach of...
He's put you in twice a week. The guy who loves spending time with you.
No, I know that is true. But I was kind of just going to do would you mind, sending me over a wee plan? Just something to follow. So that I know that I'm doing enough. And then it was, why don't you come in once a week? And I thought, right, okay, that probably would be quite good. And then I was like, just give me another day of a plan though, and I'll do you twice a week boxing and then maybe a run or whatever. And then I was like, why don't you just come in twice a week? And honestly, see, because I was only in with him once last week and had to do one on my own, I hated it. Because there was things that I needed him to help me get the weights on that.
Yeah.
And you don't, I was in with him on the Tuesday or Wednesday, say, and it wasn't until Sunday that I dragged Marsh to the gym.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have the same motivation.
I do think that with personal training. That's why I have Chloe like once a week. And I do feel just having somebody there to tell you what to do.
I know
it sounds ridiculous because I've been to the gym for years. I know what I'm doing.
I know, same. But
same as CrossFit. You have to go to this sort of class because it just makes you feel good. And going in the gym on your own, sometimes it's nice just to put your headphones in and crack on. If you've got a plan, especially working on your phone.
I know.
But sometimes you need that push. Because you realise that you're not pushing yourself hard enough when you're not there.
Like, most of the things I do with him, I was doing.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm used to, like, the movement of it. But I was honestly doing half the weight of what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. I mean, I've done nothing really. People that follow me on Strava must be like, where the hell is she? But I did the Paisley 10K.
Oh, yes.
A few weeks before we started this podcast. And guys, I was in bits for about a week afterwards. Like... It was really fine at the time, but when I got home, I couldn't move. I could not move.
You hadn't ran much though, and you can't just bat out a 10K, do you know what I mean?
I know. And I did take it really steady. I think it took me 1 hour, 20 minutes. Me and my friend Carrie did it, and I was adamant to stick with her because she'd never ran more than 4 or 5K before. So I was like, I'll stay with you. Like, I'm in no rush. This is not a race for me. And yeah, when we crossed the finish line, God bless her, she spewed everywhere. My family were waiting for her, like, Carrie. She was like... Sorry, Carrie.
Fair fucks her, honestly. Yeah. I take my hat off to anyone who runs longer than, honestly, 3K. Because it's a tough gig out there.
It is a tough gig. Okay. Buying your own house and flat can be so stressful.
So stressful. And I feel like as adults, we're just supposed to know all this stuff.
Did you know that it's considered one of the most stressful things you can ever do in your life?
I can believe that, by the way. All the paperwork, lawyers and all that. It's too much.
It's a total minefield. Well, don't worry, I have a solution that will make everything feel easier. Just let our sponsors, Watermans, handle it all.
Will they pack my boxes too?
Not quite, Lizzie. But they'll definitely take care of everything else.
Perfect.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm shaking like a leaf.
No, I am.
Okay, so the biggest question that we had probably last season was, has Jess done her fertility test? So the answer to that question is, I never ended up doing the test in the end, but I did a different kind of test. A positive one. Guys, you're all going to be aunties because I'm having a baby. No. Still feels so weird saying that out loud, and I'm actually shaking like a leaf.
I'm shaking.
I can hear a heartbeat through my mouth. But yeah, I'm sure you'll all have so many questions, and I honestly understand that. And I finally feel ready to share this second half of my journey with you all, because I have been in two minds about it.
Yeah.
I've been really nervous, and it wouldn't have felt right for me not to have shared this with you, especially with the fact that I'm bursting out of my jeans.
Got a little cute little bump going on.
And I'm halfway there nearly. By the time this comes out, I'll be nearly half baked, guys.
That is fucking crazy to me.
It's crazy. And poor Zoe, she's known since day dot, so she's probably relieved that we can share this now. All my family.
Been long.
It's been long. All of my close family and friends have known for a while now. The reaction was amazing, and I'm sure you guys are all going to be so happy and supportive for both Richard and I. And I know that this hopefully is going to be the making of me, which sounds crazy to think. It was a shock, obviously. I'm sure you all are wondering that, but I know that Richard's going to be the best dad in the world, and hopefully I'll be the best mum in the world.
Absolutely will be.
So I wanted to share this with you all because I feel like I know you're all going to be supportive, and I might need some help. No unsolicited advice though, mamas. We know how we feel about that. But
that's your own journey, not for anyone else.
Yeah, totally. And so I'm just really excited. I'm really excited. It's been a whirlwind 4 months. Well, by the time this comes out, it'll be longer than that. I'm due Valentine's weekend, which is crazy. And the baby was created on the 10-year anniversary back in May.
It's a lovely little journey of story.
Yeah.
The dates are all cute.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I feel like for me, as I'm sure you all know, I've always been intrigued in my fertility with my polycystic ovaries, and just, I guess, my age, the fact that I know it's something that I potentially will have wanted, but it was never really the right time. I don't think it was ever going to be the right time. And I'm sure lots of mums out there and any parents will know that that's probably true. And I don't ever feel like I was going to be somebody to sit down and say, right, shall we start trying?
I know. Never.
Just my things that I'd planned this year, it didn't align. But my first initial thought when I found out was, honestly, aside from shock, I was grateful. Like I genuinely couldn't believe I could get pregnant. I
know.
Couldn't believe it. I was like, that is mental.
I think if it's never happened before that time, you do kind of think like,
can I?
Maybe I just can't. So that is kind of like a good thing about it. Do you know?
Yeah. What I mean? My face is so hot. But I haven't been on contraception for 5 years, and yes, I've never actively tried. I've always been very aware of my ovulation.
Danger zones.
Yeah. And yeah, it was a danger zone.
Yeah, you did say that was a danger shag, and I thought...
It was a good shag as well. Joking, cut that out.
I'll keep it, and it's part of the process.
No, it was a good shag. But yeah, I woke up the next morning thinking, whew.
Should we have done that?
Unsure on that one. But anyway, it won't happen to me. And it did.
And now we're here.
Yeah. And also, guys, you know what's really funny? The signs were all there, as we said at the start. The end of season 4, the last 2 episodes, and if you're especially on Patreon, you'll have heard my
moaning and groaning
of how I thought I had an IBS flare-up. I just was... Guys, we'll all talk about this in the next episode, that the exhaustion is no joke. But yeah, any questions, I'm sure you're going to have many, then please send them in over the next week. I will try my very best to be as truthful and honest with you all. But again, keeping a big part of this quite private for me and Richard. But I will try my best to be as honest with you. And don't worry, this won't become a mummy podcast. I think we all know that's not going to be the case.
I'll keep you grounded.
Yeah. Well, don't worry, it's not going to happen. But I will 100% share parts of it with you on each episode. And
sure.
Because you've been with us on the journey for so long, and it feels nice to include you all now. And I hope you're all excited.
We've got a niece or nephew to talk about.
We're expanding, guys.
It's important.
I said to the guys on the pod, I was like, we're going to got some news to tell you next week. Because I actually only told them last week. And they're like, right. I says, they went, what did they initially say? What did you say at the start? Oh, you're going to get rid of the sofa? I went, well, no, but I think we might need a bigger one. And
Yeah.
then I think that was
It was quite an obvious hint.
quite...
So I have something with me for you that's really small and stupid, but it's the first thing I bought
What?
for my niece or nephew, right? It's behind me. And
Oh
it's
my
just
God,
fun.
it's
No, it's
sweet.
just funny. I just saw it and picked it up.
What is this? Like a little...
It's a little
scrubbing
thing
mat.
for like, yeah, in the bath.
It.
And it's a pig.
Oh, we're gonna have to call the baby like a nickname.
I know. That is the first thing I bought. And I thought I'll give you that now.
Scrub, 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 dub, 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 dub.
Get right in about the bum cheeks and all that.
Oh God, guys!
That's what you need to do.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I've got one thing to say before we move on, right?
Yeah.
Because next week I'm going to ask Jess all of your guys' questions
Yeah.
on everything. So that'll be what next week's Ep's about. So make sure you get your questions in. But boy or girl, when it's not going to make you excited at this point, but when they do the toilet and the nappy, you need to get right in about their bits.
Oh.
Like, even if it's poo pee from the back end, you need to get in the front end really deeply. So good luck with that.
Goodness gracious me!
I'm more than happy.
I was like, you do.
I'm more than happy to help out with my niece or nephew. However, the nappy thing,
Do you know what I
might
said
leave
to
that.
Rich this morning? Because I call him the professional shit shoveler because he has an obsession with that litter tray.
he does.
The good thing about being pregnant, guys, is you cannot clean litter trays. You can't. You're not allowed. And when I saw it,
Is it to do with the fumes or something?
some toxic something to do with it. I don't know. That's the first thing I saw. I didn't even read into it. I was like, perfect. And you have this app.
What are you right now? Actually, tell us.
Oh yeah. So
It tells you what is it, an animal,
do you know
and
what we should do? Every single week we should eat what I am. Do you know what I mean?
eventually we'll be eating a bloody.
Watermelon is the last one.
Oh, is it right? Okay, that's not too bad.
So
then.
guys, if anyone knows, I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. Is it the Pregnancy Plus app or something? So you go into it and it tells you what sweet you are, what animal you are, and what fruit. So this week, I'm a guinea pig.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
I'm a Belgian waffle. Oh, I could have had that. And then I'm a coconut. Bloody hell.
Is that not quite big?
Yeah. My titties feel like coconuts, let me tell you that. They feel like watermelons. Jesus fuck. But yeah, I was thinking what I've done as well is each week I've wrote all of my symptoms that I've felt or things that I've changed.
Yeah.
Even from very week one when I was talking on the podcast. So we can talk briefly through that as well. I know everyone's different, but I thought it'd be quite interesting just to see like what happens to you because guys, I've never ever looked into any of this sort of stuff. Like one of the things that shocked me the most is the day that I found out, what do you do? Like from that point
I know.
on, what I was on my own because Rich had to go to work and I was thinking, what do I do? Who do I call? So the first thing I did is I tried to find a podcast and I actually listened to Jessie Ware's podcast and it was all about like your first trimester and all that. But guys, I suppose if anyone else has been in that position with me, I really didn't know what to do.
I know, and it's awkward at that point as well because it's like you don't necessarily want to tell, like, say your mum, for example.
Yeah, she didn't know for ages.
Until you've maybe seen someone or whatever, but who else do you ask who's experienced it? What happens here without telling someone?
I know. I told one of my friends who was pregnant at the time, she actually just had a little boy. Congratulations, Elsa. But
He's so cute.
he's so cute. But she helped me a little bit with that.
Yeah.
But honestly, I would not have known what to have done. I mean, I know you knew, but you didn't know what to do either.
I was like, what the fuck do we do?
What are we doing here? Rich didn't know what the hell to do. But yeah, I just found it really interesting for people when you are in that situation. If you've never looked into it or have got friends, because I don't really have many friends that have had a baby or
I know.
not loads
and because
anyway.
it was never like a I'm going to start trying scenario either.
Yeah.
Like it's not something you've ever asked anyone because you weren't thinking about it.
And the midwife was like, have you been taking your folic acid? And I'm like, my what?
What's that?
So I did straight away, but I was like, oh my God, is everything going to be okay? And just the anxiety that you feel, the emotions, that's what it was. I think the emotions, and you might have heard if you listened to last week's Patreon, I'm no longer going on the Thailand fitness retreat on my own. So I did have to
For
cancel
obvious
that.
reasons.
Yeah, for obvious reasons. So you might have been wondering that's the answer to that. But yeah, so I am still going to Nashville in LA. I did San Sebastian sober, defected Croatia sober, south of France sober.
Your mum's garden party.
My mum's garden party
Sober.
sober, where Zoe was pouring Prosecco for me in the bedroom when nobody at the party knew, not a single soul.
I was part of James Bond.
You were. Well, you and Richard were the only people there that knew.
And every so often I felt like I was just looking at people to see like
If anyone
were
was clicking
watching.
on.
And then I was like trying to down your beer to give you half a glass back. And it was
The Paisley 10K was why I maybe felt like crap.
most
Where else
likely.
have I been?
Just a few like, our event, our dockyard
Oh
event.
my God, our dockyard event when, God bless the girl. She's been to a couple of our events now. The girl at the start, near
At the
us.
front, yeah.
Where they won a table of shots.
Wanted to give us shots. I know.
She was trying to give me tequila, and I thought, I would have done this with you, but I couldn't.
I know.
None of my friends knew then either. No one. So even when we went out afterwards to Wonder Bar, like I was sneakily drinking, like, Jason was giving me blackcurrant and soda.
Yeah.
Um,
It is, but I kept saying this to you at the time. It is so bad that you need to. It's the
justify.
drinking thing. But then if you're just that sort of person like you are, who will always just have a sociable drink,
Yeah.
people are going to be like, why not?
Yeah.
And it's not that they're judging or they care, but it's just not like you. So then it is quite difficult to be like, oh, I'm just not today. It's about like,
I know.
weird.
In San Sebastian, I was 7 weeks at the time, and I couldn't have cured meats. I couldn't have any of the beer, the wine, raw steak. Like that's the city of that sort of food.
I know.
And I was like, fuck, seafood. Well, raw seafood. It was fine though. Honestly, I made the most of it. It was brilliant. So yeah, we'll go more into it next week because I could blab on all day. But
yeah.
yeah.
It'll be an ep just for that. So we'll have plenty of time.
Are you shocked? Just like me, I bet you are. What the fuck?
No, but it's a lovely shock. Lovely, 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 truly lovely news.
I'll be a 34-year-old mama.
That's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Here we go. Anyway.
Right, we'll finish on a listener's dilemma then. I love doing these.
I need you to do like a little jingle for us, Zoe.
Right, okay. Listener's dilemma. How's that?
That was perfect.
Thought that was quite good myself, actually.
Listeners.
Dilemma.
Okay, perfect. Go.
Someone popped in a little question box. Already got SAD, which is seasonal something disorder.
Yeah.
Okay. Help. No motivation to work out, don't wake up in the morning, etc., etc. You're a bit like that?
Yeah, I really suffer with this, guys.
Although I probably am the same, but I feel like you really do.
Yeah. I honestly can't explain how much I thrive in sun and abroad situations. I'm
Yeah.
a different person. I really am. But I could sit here and give you all the big advice in the world, but I am someone that suffers from it massively. I bought the sad lamp. I did all that. It doesn't help that my flat faces, like I don't have a south facing flat, so I don't get any natural daylight in my flat. As soon as I walk into it, I'm instantly, that sounds deep because I do love my flat, but I am instantly demotivated.
Yeah.
That makes sense. In the winter, it's fine because I understand it's quite cozy and it's,
You quite want it to be a bit darker.
yeah. But in the summer, I really struggle with my living situation. So my best advice is, and what does make me feel better, is actually getting up. Even if you do feel in this situation, the best thing for you, the only solution is to actually get out in some natural light
Yeah.
and go for a walk. Or if you're maybe working from home, I would suggest definitely going out at your breaks or moving your computer to a window. Eating good healthy foods that keep you feeling fresh, like lots of nice fruit and lots of water. Going to exercise, getting all those good endorphins, that's really important because you'll never regret a workout. That makes you feel so good. If you do that in your start of your day, which we can always sit here and say is the best thing to do, but we both know when we do it, we feel great.
Absolutely.
It's getting out if that's the issue.
Getting up and out.
So if you are into your gym or workout, try and do that in the morning so it sets you up for the full day.
It really does like wake you up.
Yeah.
Like I know that's like because you're getting up,
Nature's
but
caffeine.
it really does.
Also, everybody in Scotland should be taking a vitamin D. That's like a given. Vitamin D supplement. I've only just started doing it.
I've went through stages, but I should really get back onto that. I've also diagnosed myself with something that gives you a lack of vitamin D, so I should really take that.
Yeah.
It's called SIBO. Anyway,
What's that?
don't know, we'll talk about that another time. It's
Oh.
like this big thing that I've decided I suffer from.
Okay.
Anyway, my suggestion was going to be, see if you're able to, I know this isn't possible for a lot of people, right, because you've got your working hours, but trying to like adjust the time in the day that you do things. Do you get what I mean by that? So like, obviously it gets lighter. Obviously eventually it gets darker
I see what you're trying to say.
later in the morning and
Yep.
early night, so you've got a smaller window, right?
Yeah.
But see, until it gets to that and it's only getting darker at night, shift your whole day earlier.
Yep.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. So
So it's like
to
you're maybe
utilise
getting
the
up.
daylight more.
Yeah. So like if you say you get up at 8, get up at 6 and then maybe go to bed at 9 instead of 11.
Yeah.
And then it's like the darker hours is more when you're sleeping.
Okay.
For as long as you can do that. Or if you can do it, because I know it's not possible for everyone, depending on your commitments.
Working situations, yeah.
But
It's
I
a
feel
really
like
tough one.
I do, when I sleep in, I'm like, I've missed so much, but it is mainly that it's like the night is obviously going to come sooner, which is
Yeah.
darker, you're tired, you don't feel like doing anything. Like maybe if you go to classes or whatever, like they're not on at that time anymore. Like
Yeah.
you're better doing it all earlier.
Do you know what I will say as well to give you some bit more comfort? You're not alone in this sort of feeling as well. And I think
Oh,
that's quite
absolutely
important.
not.
There is a lot of people out there, especially since COVID, I've noticed, that really struggle with motivation. Everybody just feels a little bit more like can't be asked. The CBA is CBAing everywhere. And
That's my personality trait.
and I suppose when you're sat online doom scrolling, which is what we all do, and all we're doing is looking at people's highlight reels and people actually living their life in whatever country they are, whatever holiday they're in, and you're comparing your life to that,
Yeah.
that's going to make you feel 10 times worse. I'm a sucker for it. I can sit on hours on TikTok and
Yeah.
you are doom scrolling. It could because before you know it, you've lost 3 hours of your life, 3 hours of daylight, may I add. Next minute, you're off your phone and then you're like, great, what now?
I know.
And your whole day just seems like it's just rolling into one and rolling into one, and you're just losing hours of fucking social media. I do think that is a big problem.
I agree.
And I'm the first to admit it, someone that actually works in it. I don't like scrolling on my phone, but it is a terrible habit.
Yeah, it's
Terrible.
once you start, it's hard to stop, like at that specific moment.
Yeah.
I also think small things, like I find it really helpful if, like I'm kind of a snooze my alarm kind of person, like for a few rounds of 8 minutes, which is what it's set at.
Yeah. Why is it 8 minutes, by the way?
I
So
don't
is
know.
mine. There must be some science behind that.
There must be. But I think, see, as soon as you get up, even if you've snoozed it, that's fine. I just mean from when you actually get up, go and open your blinds instantly
Yes.
and then go and have a big glass of water.
That is a really good point, Zoe. Hydration is key as soon as you wake up.
You're also instantly letting light in. Like it might be darker outside than it was last month, but it's not as dark as in your house with the blind shut.
It's what Kerry says, like the first thing you put in your body is hydrate before you
Yep.
caffeinate. Water, nature's caffeine, daylight.
Maybe you could put a wee slice of lemon in. That's kind of giving like summer refreshing vibes into it.
Gut cleansing.
There you go. Just
And-
small things.
Yeah, wake up maybe just an extra 10 minutes earlier. Do something that you enjoy. Don't look at your phone. I'm the same. The first thing I did this morning, snooze my alarm, straight away, opened up flipping TikTok, I think it was, because a notification came in and I thought, no, I've not got time today. Because
I give myself in trouble quite a lot in my head. Do you do that?
Yeah.
With things like that?
I actually hear myself shouting at myself. You know when you aggressively shut all your apps? Fuck off. Throw my phone. I'm like, get away from me. I never want to look at that again.
I also do that a lot when it's like, you know, when you just can't be arsed, like you're maybe washing the dishes, for example, and you put them down to dry and you're like, oh, I can't be arsed drying these right now. I'm quite good at being like,
Do it now.
fucking dry them, you lazy
Yeah.
bitch. Just do it.
That is a really good point that they make in Atomic Habits,
Right, okay.
where they say, if you think, just do it now. Don't leave it. Because
Yeah.
then all those things will build up and you've got a big job on your hands. Just do it there and then. You are right. Like, it always makes you feel so much better.
As soon as I go to put like something down that should just be put away somewhere, I'm like, just fucking put it away.
Because I need to get my spare car key for my new car. And the guy that I got my car from said to me, send me a picture of your V5 and your front and back of your driving licence. Not done it for 2 weeks. Walked in my house yesterday and I thought, oh, I need to do that, but I'll just go and sit and doom scroll. No. Straight away I went, just go and get it. Took me 2 minutes.
I know, and it's done and it's off your list. And progress is being made. I know.
Anyway.
We just need to be staying.
We're all guilty of it. And I think that's what we need to remember is social media isn't real. Stop comparing yourself. We all feel like this way. But let's work together in, just going back to basics, which is flipping, getting out and living life.
The one thing I will say about social media, and this can be the last point, is I actually do find a lot of people's vlogs quite motivational. And I know that sounds daft, right? But it's because these people are only filming their life on that week at the times they're being productive.
Yeah.
So they're either like sorting out a wardrobe, they're on their way to like TK Maxx or Home Sense to like get wee bits, which is quite a fun activity, or they're away to a gym class, or they're sitting like doing their work and whatever, right? That actually makes me think, oh, I'd quite like to do that. I'd quite like to sort my wardrobe out, or yeah, I should be productive as well.
Yeah.
And even though it's kind of luring you into the bits we say are not all real, because it's not all real.
Yeah.
But try and find someone that you enjoy watching in the background that kind of makes you feel like that.
Like us?
Like us, yeah. We're probably the most
No,
we're
not.
CBA,
No, we're
CBA,
not.
CBA.
We're just real with you.
But yeah, I do actually, I say that to you quite a lot. Like that Dion Crow, who I watch.
Yeah, you like her, don't you?
She's Dion Lavender now, she just get married.
Great name.
Her, like, Instagram, like, her sort of, like, style and everything isn't the sort of thing I follow. Like, it's not my style, I feel like. But her videos on YouTube, I just find she's always
Like therapeutic to you.
yeah, and she's always dilly-dallying, getting stuff done. You're like filling up the jars in the laundry cupboard, like shit like that.
Love that.
Makes you feel you've got your shit together.
I want to go home and get my shit together now.
I know. This is what I mean. Get your fucking shit together.
Yes.
People.
Yes. Also save the things that you love for other things. So go for that 5K walk or whatever you want to do, but save your favourite podcast like us and listen to it on the journey. So you're ticking off 2 things rather than listening to us sat on the sofa, which if that's what you want to do, then that's great. That's how you want to switch off. But if you're worried about cramming everything in,
Yeah.
pair things together. Anyway,
Absolutely.
we could blab all day.
Right, well, that was a lovely episode with our big news. Your big news.
I'm sorry, it's our big news.
I know it is, but sometimes I'm just cautious of making it a bit me. Do you know what I mean?
It's everyone's big news.
It is,
We're all
it
going to
is.
be aunties and uncles, guys.
And remember to keep an eye on our stories for me putting up the question box for all the questions for Jess, because we want them for next week.
Or send us a DM or send it
Yeah.
on Patreon. And please be nice.
Yeah, please.
I know you will.
I'm not taking
but
any prisoners.
My
You
hormones
will
can't
be
handle it.
out. I will put you out.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in as always. Please like and subscribe.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.